Hey everybody, how's it going? This is 2 months after Darian made his initial video. He's the maker of this template, and I have his video in the description because it's about to hit 1,000 views. So I figured why not show you what I think about the meta, because it's a little bit different than Darian's list. So I'll be ordering this thing from very worst to very best, meaning that I'll name a kit and then the kit after it will be the next best kit. So in exact worst to best order, not just like best worst, but what I'm gonna be less confusing and just get started with it. So the worst kit in the game. I know a lot of people are not gonna like this one, but I'll try to explain why. Oh, and I'm sorting this thing by sort of a position of someone who wants to maintain a high KD, which means winning games and not dying is more important than getting kills. So worst kit in the game for that would be Meat Master. I mean, this thing will give you a diamond helmet, and that's about it. And I can actually go into the game and like look through the menus. It doesn't even give you protection on the boots anymore. So it is just garbage for no reason. You will die with this kit. You will just die. You will watch your KD burn up into flames if you use that kit. Next is Viking. Yeah, they made this a troll kit just for no reason. It's bad intentionally. The boat doesn't work. It's not quirky, and yeah, it needs to be removed or like fixed or whatever. It's just no one uses it, and you know why. Next worst one is Guardian. The only time I like to see a Guardian is when it's a level 1 and he doesn't know what he's doing. He hasn't drank the potion yet. That's pretty much the only use it has, is for me to have 2 extra full hearts for the rest of the game. But yeah, the level 10 version of it is just completely ass. Troll. This kit has a lot of snowballs, which makes it the best F tier kit. That's it. The witch doesn't work, so whatever. It comes with armor, at least, on like, I guess Guardian gives you armor, but you know what I mean. The next worst kit is Fisherman. I'd say it's Fisherman because you cannot get good hit reg with the rod. It's just not that good. Doesn't come with any stackable armor. You'll be wearing something entirely different by the end of the game. I mean, you can kite with it, I guess, because the rod won't break. Combos are definitely not as good as people say they are. You might be able to combo someone who doesn't know what they're doing, but you cannot combo someone who knows what they're doing with this kit. It's just not that good. You will get overpowered. And plus, there's no crit damage on it. I'd say the next worst kit is... Let me see here. I don't have these sorted on my initial list. Let's go with Knight here. Knight just gives you all gold. You're not going to be wearing any of that by the end of the game. I mean, the Iron Sword is just so basic. You can get it with any other kit. Golden carrots are the only redeeming part about the kit, really. And then a glorified Knight kit is the Speleologist, because you'll be wearing the helmet by the end. That's it. That's the only difference. You might be able to get your mob spawns up with the Mushroom every game for a Donkey Tamer, which we'll be coming to later. And then probably my most controversial E-kit listing will be Horse Tamer here. The best E-kit. You're just kind of like a walking target. The boots are only brought 2. I mean, you'll be wearing them by the end of the game, but the axe is the worst 6 attack damage weapon without the knockback. So, I mean, you just have an unbreaking axe, and you're a walking target, and the horse is not that good. If you're impatient, go Donkey Tamer or Scout or something. There's other speed kits out there if you want to run around. Jockey is the worst D-tier kit. I mean, the thing's just useless. Like, nobody plays it. The mobs aren't that good. And it just gets your basic. It means you can get max blitz pretty fast, but other than that, it has no utility. You'll just kind of fall over. And if you run against another mob kit, the problem is that it eats mob kits, right? But the mob kits in the game are shit. So it's countering something that doesn't necessarily warrant a counter because no one plays it. And then most of the mob kits are actually going to be in this section. So Blaze, I mean, it's slightly better. You got the fire aspect. That's it. You have some fire resistance on the armor. Make sure people can't kite from you, but that's pretty much it. Arachnologist, you can kite with the mobs. That's it. That's literally it. And you can get max blitz pretty fast. It's just a better jockey. Except it has no counter to the thing that doesn't need to be countered. Therefore, it's better because it allocates more resources to things that need to be attended to. Like max blitz. Then Red Dragon is next. This is a dead kit, pretty much. It was really cool back in the day when you could find like insta iron chest plates or insta chain leggings, and you have really nice armor, and you have the drinkable fire res. You could swim in lava, and kite with that because people obviously couldn't follow you, or you could hide with it because it would completely like hide your name tag. But yeah, this is a really good kit for a really long time, and it was just killed by a couple nerfs, and then yeah, not too good. Florist is next. The Thorns is nice, but you're going to end up replacing the top 2 armor pieces anyway. The Axe is the second worst in the game because I think it registers some Thorns, but it's just not that good of a weapon for a level 10 kit. Melons, they suck. They give you literally no saturation. You have to eat one every 5 seconds. You won't be using most of the kit by the time you get to the deathmatch anyway. Literally does everything better than Knight though. So if you're gonna pick one of these kits, you're gonna want to pick Florist so far. But there are better versions of Knight out there. Florist does everything better than Knight can do. Next, I have Hype Train for the sheer fact that you can get a sharpness 1 iron. It's so low because the chances of getting sharpness on your iron are very rare, and it's really inconvenient because that's the only redeeming part of the kit. And if you don't get a level, you can't use it anyway. So it just requires a lot of RNG and not good RNG. Like your chances aren't favorable. Like with Donkey Tamer, for example, the RNG favors you most of the time. So therefore, it's worth taking the risk. But for Hype Train, most of the time you're going to get fucked over. So it's not worth it. Next, I have Reaper. It was recently buffed. The saturation is actually really nice for food. The pots are good, but the weapon sucks, and the armor's okay. There are just better kits in the game that you can choose from. So, this is probably the worst of the debuff kits. And then I have Phoenix. The only thing in the kit that's useful is the 11-use flame bow. Maybe that's 10 use. I'm not actually sure, but that's something you used to be able to get with like a Blitz Star. And the armor's to make sure that you don't die fast enough to get other gear. But no sword, no food, no pots. It's just a flame bow and a kit. So, kind of boring and really risky. Next is Snowman. Just does... It's like a better Knight and a better mob kit. So it masters everything that the Knight provides, and it masters everything that the mob kit provides, because the mobs are actually pretty good if you know how to use them correctly. So when you want to engage with the Snowman, you want to put it behind you, because they can shoot through you, I believe. You don't want to put them in front of you because they die in one shot. So you put them behind you, they're going to be giving you free knockback. But that's definitely the worst of the C tier. There are just better kits out there, in my opinion. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put Warlock. The strength's okay, but it's only useful in like deathmatch or if you have healing to stack on top of it. Because right for a deathmatch, you still have resistance, so you don't take as much damage from the strength, and you get to run around and 3-shot people for free. Right, but it's risky. So, Diamond Chestplate's nice, and the sword's nice, but you're probably going to end up falling down anyway. Or if you can sneak in that strength pot and someone thinks they're about to clean you up because of the damage you took, then, you know, not a bad kit. But it's situational. And then one of the better kits that gives you no potions or like utility whatsoever is probably Tim. Just because you can stack that sharpness sword and diamond leggings like super fast. But it takes that knowledge of knowing a route which will loop you around to spawn every time, which could be contested. So it is chance. Or if you know a certain map where there's an enchant table away, then it's probably more favorable. But again, you have no rod, no bow, no whatever, and you just have your kit, you're probably going to lose to one of these kits that's above it. Next is Wolf Tamer is the best mob kit. But there are mob kits above this that are better than it, but not because of the fact that it's a mob kit. So if you're looking for a mob kit, Wolf Tamer is your choice. High protection value on the boots, and the wolf hit rate is super fast, and it hasn't changed in forever. So I don't think they're ever going to change. So if you want a diamond chestplate, you want to go for creeper. That's pretty much it, and you can blow up your shit. But yeah, stone sword, I mean, pretty solid. It's a very consistent kit, but it's sort of lackluster in terms of you have no range. But yeah, if you want to be stationary and immobile, it's a very tanky kit. So above this, for situational purposes, I put diver. But this is F tier on maps without water. So for example, Kalem V2, good to guard. Kalem V2, good to guard star. Riverside, Cthulhu if you want to run around, but that's pretty much it. That's the only reason I would get this to 10. Really good in the water. What is that? Like the Mushroom Valley one. Good on that map too. Above that, I'm gonna go ahead and put Scout, and then Hunter, and I put them in this order for that reason. So I need to give you guys a little lesson here. So if you're gonna get any kit to level 9, Hunter is the best level 9 in the game. The best by far. It is like a pseudo level 10 because you pay 1 million coins for a chain chest plate, and that's literally it. And that is literally it. But it's better than Scout in that it has the speed. You can kite. It has the bow. You can get a sharpness sword. The armor doesn't really mean anything. The chain legs are nice. But yeah, I'd say Hunter 9 is better than Scout 10 because of the range of utility. Like Scout just has the potions, and it does the potions better than any other kit in the game. Don't get me wrong. So if you're looking for a good potion kit, Scout's your guy. But Hunter just does. Hunter is more versatile. All right, so now we're getting up to kits that you actually want to upgrade in this game. And I'd say the bottom tier of the good, the worst of the best, is armor. Just because this is an RNG kit. Sometimes you can take the full damage of whatever you're receiving, and sometimes you take almost nothing. So it is just chance. The armor can break. It's happened to me 1 or 2 times when I used to play Armor 10. I don't know. It's up to you. Better than that, I'd say it's Necro. And not because of the armor, not because of the shovel. It's because of that bow. That punch 1 bow is so good. And you can combine this kit with Gravedigger or Flaming Arrow. And I'll tell you, punch 1, flame 1 is great on a bow. It means they can't run away, but they can't come near you. So that means you can hit them with another one. Slightly better than that is Rogue, just because of the amount of utility this kit has. It can do so much. It has feather falling on it. It's an iron sword with knockback on it, which is really good for trying to keep people away from you. It has that power bow with punch on it. It's really nice. Again, this is not a kit you want to be grinding kills with. It's a kit you want to be grinding wins with and keeping people who are cheating or like just really good at the game off your back. Better than that is Archer. We know why, man. Power 2. This thing is deadly. Just don't let people get near you. If you can keep people away from you and hit your shots and learn the bow pretty well, then you'll be all right. A little bit better than that is our bottom tier of melee healing kits. It's Paladin. Melee healing is just really good in this game because of the speed kill effect, so I just have to put this high for that reason, but it is the worst option of all 4 of your choices, in my opinion. And then the best to B tier is going to be Pigman, because that sword is so good, and the damage pots are really good. The Pigman's all right, but really those are the 2 stars of the show there. I'd say above that is Toxicologist. This kit is great for doming people in the face with toxic potions and then killing them, because once you hit them, they are unable to run away. But also make sure that you aren't using these potions on someone who has more gear than you, because they don't take knockback. So just kind of like with fire, you got to remember with the kits you can set people on fire. That'd be Phoenix and Blaze. They're not going to take knockback because of the fire tick. Same with the poison tick. They're not going to take knockback, so be careful of that. And then we have, I believe this kit is called Ranger, if I'm not wrong. Right? Okay. So power 1, punch 2. It just does a little bit better than Archer. And I'd say the reason is because the gear you get, 32 arrows, chain chest with Prot 2, gold leggings, diamond boots. You're going to be wearing most of the time that chainmail chestplate to deathmatch and those diamond boots. So, yeah, I mean, punch 2 is just crazy, especially with the power on it. Better than that, we got Farmer. Farmer, infinite eggs. You get the chickens here. You get the iron leggings, iron boots, and the iron sword. I mean, it's just a solid kit. It does what Snowman does a little bit better with armor potential. You can't really go wrong with this kit, and you got food. So, I mean, it's just solid. It's just a solid kit. Next up, I have Donkey Tamer. Now, this kit probably needs to be nerfed, and I have a couple suggestions. The problem with the kit is that you only upgrade 3 items the entire time, which at the end will get you, I believe, a stone sword, iron pants, and iron boots, right? But you get this donkey with a chest in it. It has, I believe, 16 or so slots. I think there's 2 ways you could nerf it. Either you could change the algorithm, or you could be lazy and make sure that the donkey has fewer slots at lower levels. So you upgrade the amount of slots it has with each level, so you're not getting level 1, so we're getting the same gear as level 10. Yeah, that's my fix for it. But right now, it's insanely broken at any level. Basically, level 1 is level 10 if you have the slightest amount of luck. So it's really easy to get a lot of gear. If you're playing teams, get 2 Donkey Tamers, and then you're in deathmatch. Next is Shadow Knight. It has the best potions in the game. These things are like a Nocturne on cooldown, which you actually don't have a cooldown. You have a use limit. Obviously, 3 Shadow Knight potions. Basically like Nocturning somebody, you just get 3 kills. You get to pick 3 people who you want to kill that game. All you do is engage, trade hits a little bit, press S for a little bit, watch them run at you, hit them in the face, and then you want to rod them, and then engage. And obviously you'll hit them with the rod because they are blind. And hitting them with the rod cancels their sprint. So that means they can't sprint for the rest of the time, which is 8 seconds. I believe it's 8 seconds. I'll have to check. 7 seconds. So, okay. And then we're up to the final 4. Oh, wait, did I miss a kit down here? I missed a kit. I missed Astronaut. Astronaut is like in between Speleologist and Knight. I mean, the res, not that good. You guys thought I was going to put Astronaut at the top. Oh, man, that's kind of funny, though. That's good. That's a good troll. That's good troll. Okay, so we're down to, if you didn't notice, I have 3 melee healing kits in here. And 1 just nuts kit, which you probably know where I'm going to put that one. So the worst of the melee healing kits is Warrior. But the reason that I have it on my account is because you don't have to spend any coins on it. You just have to get 500 kills. And then you just upgrade it. It'll take you like a day to get this thing to level 10. Just super easy. I mean, it gets the speed 1 and the region 1, which is okay. But really, if you have a speed 2 kill effect, you should be fine. All right, S tier. I'm going to put Golem as the worst S tier. And we're going to have a little chat about why Baker is ahead of Golem. Okay, so let's disregard the armor that either give to them, because by deathmatch, you're not going to be wearing that shit. Okay, you're not going to wear any of the leather. You're probably not even going to be wearing the Prot 1 boots from Baker. Okay, disregard. Well, Baker gives you food, first of all. Golem doesn't. That's one little edge it has on it. The potions are better because they'll save you those 2 hearts you have to turn and pot for in the middle of the fight. So you can play aggressive. It changes how you play. Because with Golem, if you need to back off, that means you have to stop fighting them. You have to stop putting aggression on them to pot. And then you come back, and then someone can just, and now you have distance between you two, which means those can be shot off. But if you're aggressive for the entire fight, then you'll be more likely to kill them because you have regen and resistance. So in that way, I think Baker has a slight edge just because of the way you can play. And it really depends on your play style. So if you're a more passive player, I would, like, I don't know, because it depends if you gabble for it. If you're a more passive player, then you gapple with Golem, and in the middle of the fight, you pot. And then that timer's still up for 2 minutes for you to be able to use another pot. However, if you're using it like instantly with the 3 seconds, you have to be aggressive anyway. So Baker just gives you the advantage in both. You can also use it to regen. So there you go. Slime. Boom. Best kit in the game. Here's why. If you are looking to get kills, okay, don't go this kit. If you're looking to get wins, you want to go this kit. The only situation in which it can be bad is if you see someone with a lot of gear and they realize that they need a kite from you. When you're fighting someone, you can identify whether they're going to run away from you and play the slow game or not. And here's the problem when doing that against the slime. The slime has projectile protection, which counters slow game. And slow game is initiated by creating distance between 2 players. So slow game goes bows, then rods, then melee. Right? Fast game is speed and then melee instantly. Maybe a couple rods, but there's no bowing. And slime wins at both. The axe beats people in fast game. And the Prot beats people in the slow game. So in a way, there is no actual way to counter this kit. You will have to lose patience and end up fighting them, and then you will end up fighting literally the best weapon in the game, which is a knockback 1, 6 attack damage weapon. And you won't be able to combo them. And plus, you'll be slowness while you're trying to be aggressive. But in the long game, you'll try to bow them and you'll do no damage. The slime part of the kit doesn't even matter. It's the diamond axe and the Prot combined with the knockback and the slowness. There is realistically no counter to this kit. If someone is smart and using slime, they'll beat you every single time. And that's the tier list. A perfect little bell shape, kind of. Well, that's how your tier list should look. If you're balancing a game, you want about this distribution. So it's not in the worst state right now. It could be worse. But yeah, that is my opinion. Thanks for watching.